don't become lazy where you rely on it too much. There's got to be those moments of quietness where you're sitting with a pen and paper and you're writing out some thoughts. But the nice thing is you can take a photograph of those thoughts and you can post it onto Chat GPT or Grok, and you can say, listen, I want to expand on that. I want to grow my business to work profitably without me. These are the challenges that I'm having, and you can write them down just quietly, because there's something that funny happens between the pen and the brain.
You're listening to The Functional Founder with Themi Sturgiannis, a podcast for owner-operators ready to build high-performance teams, handle growth with confidence, and scale without burning out.
Founders, I just want to discuss the use of AI in my business and how I go about using it. Some of the technology that really has been working for me quite significantly, and I basically use two of them, Chat GPT and Grok. And I find in the past that I sit a lot in my head and no one can keep pace with me when I have things to share and bounce things off. Because imagine you have to phone him and listen, I have this idea, I have this thought, I have this thinking. I find ChatGPT and Grok my best friend lately. And they're not taking away from the creative space like everyone's saying, because I believe it is the case. They say there's empirical research that suggests that it's robbing people of creative juice. And yes, I can believe that is the case. But for me, it's spearheading my creativity. I'm a creative soul. I'm a creative founder. I've got thoughts, I've got challenges, I've got opportunities that I want to exploit in the best way possible. And the only way that I can do that comfortably is by using artificial intelligence to bounce my ideas off. And I do that in the vehicle. I do that a lot. I do it over voice, although I use text a lot. So here's an example of something that I've done quite recently, is that I've created groups with ChatGPT. I've got the paid versions, really not much, because it adds so much value to my life. And I've got folders, and in those different folders, I've uploaded certain PDFs that complement my thinking. Let's give, for example, let's work on the Functional Founder podcast, for instance. So I've got a Functional Founder podcast folder in my ChatGPT. I have given explicit instructions in that folder of who my avatar is, and my avatar is a specific individual that is wanting to grow their business and take it to the next level. And in an entrepreneur, a business founder, an operator that wants to build a successful business to work profitably without them. That is my avatar. So I've been very clear who my avatar is in that folder. I've also uploaded different PDFs of summaries of books, basically, that I've summarized, that I've asked to integrate and challenge my thinking. So I've uploaded those PDFs, and maybe 3 or 4 or 5 pages. I ask ChatGPT to cross-reference those different documents or PDFs when coming up with either title names for Functional Founder, or maybe to assist me with my story, because I've got so many stories that I'd like to share. And sometimes I find ChatGPT doesn't understand it completely. I really have to grapple with ChatGPT and say, no, you've got it all wrong. You need to go back to it. So my ChatGPT is called Atlas. And Atlas and I wrestle quite regularly, because I don't always find he gets me. But the more I'm using him, the more I'm understanding, the more AI is advancing, the more they're understanding my thinking. So they know I don't like fluff. I like zero fluff. I also like getting to the point. I love authenticness. So those are my kind of qualities that I bring forward into that folder. And ChatGPT knows that when I have to deliver content, I come up with certain frameworks. I put it into Functional Founder ChatGPT folder, and it spins it for me, and it gives me different angles and says, which one would you prefer? Then I usually pick one, and then I usually build on that one. And that really helps me, because he's my friend and he's my mentor. And yeah, so Atlas really is beginning to understand me a bit better. But here's the thing, guys, don't just stop there. We don't have to rely on them completely, because they get it wrong. We've got to be resourceful. I believe us as founders, we need to be resourceful. And I also use Grok. So I love Grok. Now, Grok is X's AI, Elon Musk, he bought Twitter and he renamed it X, but he's got an incredible X AI platform in there called Grok, and you can download the app separately. And I'm seriously considering going onto the paid version of that too, because I find Grok quite refreshing. It's built with an engineering mind, so it's quite factual. It can scroll through all the X comments. So I can say, for instance, I'm looking for a topic for Functional Founder, something that is topical at the moment on X. What is the buzz? And it'll go troll through all the X comments and posts, and it will say, listen, Themi, we've isolated 3. The one is AI, the other one is burnout, and the other one, or burnout of founders, and the other one is how to build a business from scratch, for instance. So then we'll delve down deeper. And the nice thing is you can use voice as well. And the free version can get you very far. But I've often taken from this is the rub, and I'll just stop there. I've often taken from Chat GPT. I've said, Chat GPT, I do the same thing with them. And I say, this is what Chat GPT came up with. And I throw it into X and I say, X, please act like an actuary. Please look at us from a copywriter point of view and give me your understanding. Are the facts ringing true to what I'm trying to create? And can you improve on it? So I've got Grok and ChatGPT playing against each other, which is quite interesting because you get a different dynamic. So that's been very good for me. I've also used ChatGPT for, to structure my emails a little bit better and my correspondence a bit better, because I'm maybe on the verge of ADHD. I think I am. I've been told regularly by my wife that I am, is that I sometimes leave out, my spelling can be incorrect. And it's such a nice platform to use it for spelling, where I can just say, look, this is what I'm trying to say. Take my email and please make it professional. And it does such a great job that I will be leaning on it a bit more. But I don't want to rob the space of creativity that entrepreneurs should have as well, when they don't need to always rely on these Groks. Don't become lazy where you rely on it too much. There's got to be those moments of quietness where you're sitting with a pen and paper and you're writing out some thoughts. But the nice thing is you can take a photograph of those thoughts and you can post it onto ChatGPT or Grok, and you can say, listen, I want to expand on that. I want to grow my business to work profitably without me. These are the challenges that I'm having, and you can write them down just quietly, because there's something that funny happens between the pen and the brain. And then you can take a photo of that, you can expand it and go into Grok and really Grok or ChatGPT and expand on it in a bit more detail. So guys, those are my go-to tools at the moment. I believe Google's also come up with some amazing platforms, which I'll be exploring in the new year. We're very technical savvy at LabWorks. We've got the paid version for senior management. They use it all the time. And we're going to be exploring more of that. So guys, don't be scared to delve into the IT side. Everyone's using it. If we don't, we're going to be falling way behind. We'll chat soon. We'll see you on the next week's podcast.
You're listening to The Functional Founder with Themi Sturgianus, a podcast for owner-operators ready to build high-performance teams, handle growth with confidence, and scale without burning out.